What story will you write? I posed this question to my high school class when I addressed them at graduation. I was forced to consider this very same question as I made my decision to come to Thessaloniki. I wanted my story to be one of discovery, novel experiences, and independence. I always knew my story would somehow involve travel and exploration of many countries and cultures, but what I had not anticipated was exactly how soon that travel would begin. Yet, I am in Thessaloniki, Greece, balancing classes, speaking Greek, and living in the country of my ancestors. A truly remarkable experience is the only way to describe it. However, making the decision to come to Greece was not an easy one. Was I really ready to leave my family and friends for an extended period, go to a foreign country, and be entirely on my own? Then I thought about my story, and what an incredible first chapter it would make if I did break out of the ordinary and took the risk of going to Thessaloniki. My name is Apostolou, and this is how I broke out of the ordinary. I put aside my fears of the unknown and thought about choosing Greece as the country for my Annuan experience. It was an incredible opportunity to be totally immersed in the language and culture of my heritage. I considered the transition and how coming from New York City, a huge city rich with cultural diversity, as well as the smaller Greek community of Bay Ridge, where I grew up, might make it easier. The first chapter of my story began with my arrival in Thessaloniki. Everything seemed so overwhelming at first. There was so much going on. Once I made the adjustments to my new routine, I was able to take a really good look at Thessaloniki. I loved what I saw, a beautiful city that mixed the old with the new. I loved going out after my classes to learn more about the city, even if it was just wandering around or walking by the pier. The more I accomplished, the more I learned about the city and the people who lived in it. I discovered that Greeks are extremely helpful and hospitable people who seemed genuinely interested in me as a Greek American living in Thessaloniki. This opened the door for unexpected and exciting exchanges. As I continued to write my first chapter, my explorations took me around the city on my own, as well as through the direction of the American College of Thessaloniki. The college wasn't simply the location where I attended classes, it was the place where I spent the majority of my time during the week. Attending ACT exposed me to unique cultural experiences as I met students in my classes who were not only from Greece, but from all over Europe and the US. ACT also planned many excursions for us so that we could develop our understanding of Greece and its people. Our trips to Chalkidiki, Mount Olympus, and Athens each had something different to offer. On Mount Athos in Chalkidiki, we were able to see huge monasteries that made me think of the significant role religion plays in the Greek culture. Climbing Mount Olympus was breathtakingly beautiful. Granted, it was difficult, but the feeling of being lost in the clouds was definitely worth it. In Athens, we went to the Acropolis and saw ancient Greece's rich history firsthand. Having discovered the thrill of visiting a new place, I decided to expand my cultural exploration by traveling to the ancient city of Rome. My friends and I had the opportunity to visit the Colosseum, the Pantheon, the Trevi Fountain, and Vatican City. I was able to compare the Roman culture with the Greek culture and glimpse some of the similarities and differences between their histories. Although I traveled to so many places throughout Greece, the experience that stands out the most for me was a smaller, more cultural one that took place in the center of Thessaloniki. A Cretan musical event was being held as part of the celebration of Thessaloniki's 100-year anniversary. My family is from the island of Crete, so I brought a few friends with me to listen to the music. That night was memorable because it connected me to my Cretan roots. My cultural experience in Greece was further enriched through my service learning class. Every Monday I went to the YMCA and helped out with a class called Baby Paraula. I worked with toddlers and their parents. Each week we did interactive activities, singing and dancing, or finger painting. Working with babies was a new experience for me, and I discovered that communicating with them was not as easy as I thought. I spoke Greek, but I had to resort to facial expressions and hand gestures. I loved going every week because I knew my help there was greatly appreciated. My service learning helped me get involved in the local Greek community, which is one of the things I wanted to get out of my experience in Thessaloniki. Having conversations in Greek with the parents and discussions with my advisors was the highlight of my service learning. Another bonus, my Greek improved. My annual experience in Thessaloniki has been a remarkable one. I have grown as an individual and discovered that I am far more independent than I was 3 months ago. Although I don't want to leave Thessaloniki, I know a different experience is waiting for me in Boston and at Northeastern as I prepare to begin the next chapter of my story. As I close this chapter, however, breaking out of the ordinary in Thessaloniki will always be a part of me. I am certain that it has helped to define me in the story I am writing and that the bonds I have forged here will never be broken.